Hello, brother. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Mr. Hussein.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yes. My name Ganjar. Basically, I'm one of student in IPF program.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't take course with me, yeah?
Yeah, because yes, I'm batch 2017, so this is my period.
So Rafiano is your batch, yeah?
Yeah. He is my room classmate. I
Oh,
know.
yeah. That's great. Nice to meet you, bro.
Okay. Maybe we still waiting Mr. Abu Jahid, still not join. We still wait.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Abu Jahid, Mr. Abu Jahid here. Assalamualaikum, Mr. Abu.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, Ustadz Hussein and also Mr. Abu Jahid, we will begin this section because this webinar also will be recorded, so everyone still can see this webinar via YouTube. So we don't have to waiting another participant to join this Zoom. Maybe participant can join later. So we will begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. The Honorable Mr. Dimas Bagus Wiranatakusuma, who give us the chance to hold this webinar in Pengajian Ramadan Section 2, held by IPF programs, and also Ustadz Hussein Jibril Musa as
Thank you so much.
As our first speaker in this webinar, and also Mr. Abu Jahid, Ustadz Abu Jahid, as the second speaker, and today we have two topics. The first topic will be held by Ustadz Hussein about the topic brotherhood and solidarity in Islam, and also the second one, Ustadz Abu Jahid will bring the topic about the beauty of last 10 days of Ramadan. So we begin this webinar, this event by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has give us guidance, happiness, healthy, a beautiful morning, so we can together join this event without any obstacles. Praise and salutation upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us the path of light from the darkness in this life. So in this Ramadan period, we know that this period is a little bit different with previous period, because yes, the period of COVID-19 make our Ramadan different, our activity, our prayer activity, and also we need to limitation in activity outside room, and yeah, we hope in this period we still get higher iman, get higher taqwa, and we can still get benefit of Ramadan period of this year. And also maybe we can begin to our speaker, the first speaker. I would like to welcome to Mr. Hussein Jibril Musa, to bring the interesting topic about the brotherhood and solidarity in Islam. So, to Mr. Hussein, uh, time is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه الغر الميامين وعلى كل من اتبعهم من الصحابة والتابعين وتابع التابعين إلى يوم الدين، يوم المحشر والدين. محمد الذي أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في سبيل الله حق جهاده، الذي أرسل بالهدى نورا ومصباحا لكي يضيء لهذا الكون نورا ويعطيه جمالا وأخلاقا. Thank you so much, His Excellency, the head of body of IFIF UMA. Thank you so much, our moderator, Bro Ganjar, and all the participants here. Thank you so much. I appreciate I got this opportunity to share with you the information. I'm not da'i, I'm not ustaz, it's just like sharing information and also some tazkir. لأن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم قال بلغوا عني ولو آية. Convert for me even one verse. بلغوا عني ولو آية. The thing that we know we have to deliver, we will not gonna keep it for a long time, especially in the Quran and also the Hadith, because at the source of Islam and also the source of Tashri'. The topic today, I'm gonna talk about the brotherhood and solidarity. Why I choose this topic? I choose this topic because all the world now they are facing COVID-19 pandemic, and we are the Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that innamal mu'minuna ikhwa, innamal mu'minuna ikhwa faslihu bayna akhawaykum wattaqullaha la'allakum turhamun. Indeed, the believers, they are brothers. Indeed, the believers are brothers. This is ayat is talking to us that directly from Allah that indeed we are the brothers. We are brothers. We are the Muslim. We are the believers. We are brothers. And we know that if we take the word brothers, if you read the history of Islam, the word brother or ikhwa, because there's three, ikhwa, ikhwan, akh, ukhuwa, mu'akha. So it's all these words come from Arabic. Ikhwa, ikhwa, it's mean brotherhood, brothers. Akh, brother. But when you take the word mu'akha, it's going to bring us to that, to make a link between two, to make a link of brotherhood between two people. And I'm going to come to this topic because it's bring us to the Hijrat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Makkah ila Medina. So that we are brothers. We are the believers, we are brothers. What the right of our brothers in our family? We have to take care about him. We have to ask about him. We have to advise him. We have to bring him to the right way. This is the meaning of brothers. Indeed, the believers are brothers. So that Islam is talking to us directly. We have to be like brothers. In this COVID-19 pandemic, many people, they are facing economic crisis. Many people, their situation, their condition is so bad. We are Muslim, we have to keep close to them. We have to ask about them. We have to take care about them. How far you are poor, how far you are poor, there's a person who is poorer than you. When you just have 100 rupiah today, you can find a person who just have 10,000 rupiah. And when I'm talking about the topic of brotherhood and solidarity, it's directly bring me to the UMPAD. When I was studying, when I was doing my master degree in UMPAD, I was living with one woman. She's very, may Allah Almighty keep her and give her long age and give her health. Her name Bu Boros. She is the Bu Coast. Yeah, in Indonesia you call it Ibo Coast. She's very kind woman. When I was studying there, at the first time I shift from Sudan to Indonesia, different environment, different situation, different conditions. I have to adapt. And as a human, you know that I will face some culture shock. When I rent this house and I living with that woman, she's very kind woman. She's taking care about me. I feel like I am living with my mom. She asked about me, Hussein, have you eat? Hussein, why you didn't sleep until this time? Hussein, what's happened to you? You look like sick. She asked about me. Imagine, she asked every time she asked about me. I feel like with my family. I'm doing my assignment until the midnight, until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. She asked about me. Hussein, you have to sleep, time is too late. You have to keep your health. You have to take care about yourself. This is the meaning of brotherhood. She don't know Sudan. She is not from Sudan. She doesn't have roots in Sudan. She doesn't have blood in Sudan. She doesn't have family in Sudan. She only know that this human being, his name Hussein, he's living in her cause, and he's a Muslim, and she's taking care about me. Imagine. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, مثل المؤمنين في تواددهم وتراحمهم وتعاطفهم كمثل الجسد الواحد إذا اشتكى منه عضو تداعى له سائر الجسد بالحمة والسهر. Subhanallah. If you imagine this meaning, the meaning of this hadith, Rasulullah is talking about with rahmah, ta'atuf. All these words is coming from love. Masal al-mu'minin, the mu'min should be example for others. We should keep relation with each others. مثل المؤمنين في توادهم وتراحمهم وتعاطفهم كمثل الجسد الواحد إذا اشتكى منه عضو تداعى له سائر الجسد بالسهر والحمى. This is the meaning of this hadith, that we are the mu'min. We have to make and also create a link of relation with its creating, and it's fulfilled with the love between us. And when anybody from us, because he's talking about the jasad, the body, Rasulullah said the mu'min like a body. If any part from your body is sick, so as your other parts in your body also will join. When you have a fever, you will feel the fever in all your body. When you're sick, your head is sick. When your eyes is sick, when your ear is sick, when your mouth is sick, when your hand is sick, your body also will feel fever at the same time. So the mu'min should be like that. Any part, when my Abu Jahid he is sick, I have to feel sick like him also. The feeling is come from where? The feeling is come that I have to ask about him. I have to keep touch with him. I have to ask about his conditions. How are you, brothers? How your condition is going? What the thing that I can help you? What the thing that you needed? What the medicine that you needed I can bring for you? I can bring you to the hospital. I can ask about him. This is the hadith comes from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's talking about wit. Wit is it's Arabic word. It's coming from love, ta'atuf, tarahum, from rahma. The word rahma it has a deepest meaning, as we know that. So we have to change ourselves in this, especially in these times, especially in this condition, the pandemic conditions. We have to change ourselves. I have to change myself first, and you have to change yourself also, my brothers and sisters. Change yourself to be better. إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Allah will not change the condition for one nation until every individual change his conditions. This is ayat is talking to us directly that Allah will not change the condition for one nation until every individual change his condition, his own conditions. So the changes come from ourselves. After that, it will be shown in our, and also it will be reflecting to our country. That's the change. That's the truly change. And as we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that Babu Tawbati Maftuh. Rasulullah also mentioned that. At-Tawbah, At-Tawbah, At-Tawbah. Come back to the right way. Come back to the right way. Come back to the right way. At-Tawbah. Al-Hijrah. We have to leave. We have to leave the bad situation that where we are. We have to shift. We have to change ourselves. Because when we change ourselves, we can change our nation condition also. If Hussein changed, Sudan also in the future will be changed. If Ganjar changed himself, the Indonesia also will be changed in the future. In the same time, Bangladesh also will be changed. When Brother Abu Jahid come again to the right way and also he changed himself. We are the human. All of us here, brother and sister, we are not perfect. We have many sins. We have many mistakes. But we still have times to come back to the right way. When you change yourself, you can change your family. A small family, your wives, your kids. You can change your big family, your relatives. After that, you can change the society around you. After that, you can change the city where you live. If I am Indonesian, when I change, I'm living now in Taman Tirto. When I change myself, I change my family, I change my society here around me. I change Taman Tirto society, and then after that, I change Bantol society. After that, Jogja society. After that, Indonesian society. So the changes start from ourselves, and we still have times. When you see your brothers is not going in the right way, Rasulullah advised, say to us that, advise him where he's come from, no matter. You don't care what his background. The most important, he's Muslim. You know him, you meet him in one place. My brother Abu Jahid, I just meet him in UMA, but now he's my brother, according to ayat. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لَتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. Allahu Akbar. This ayat is talking that Allah has been creators from different tribes, from different ethnics. The only thing that's create us, the only thing that's link us, that connected us is the Islam, and also it's taqwa. Allah created us to know each other. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ تَعَارَفُوا. Ta'arafu, it's come from Arabic word ma'rifa, knowledge, to know each other's. And among you, the only best one from you, and also only the good one among you is the person that who has taqwa. When you have taqwa, whether you come from Arabia, Saudi Arabia, whether you come from Sudan, whether you come from Emirates, whether you come from America, whether you come from Fiji, whether you come from Thailand, you only the person that who is in the right way, you only the person who is the better than us. Because you have taqwa and we don't have it. So the best one between among us that the person who has taqwa. Who has taqwa? This is a question we have to ask ourselves. We have taqwa or not? If we don't have taqwa, we have to bring ourselves to the right way. We still have times. We don't know when we gonna leave, to which far, how long, where, when, with who. We have to prepare ourselves. And we still have times to prepare. We have to do tawbah. We have to come back to the right way. We are the brothers. We should keep continuous communicate with other brothers, whether they are Muslim or not. The Islam taking care, Islam doesn't care about who are you. The most important, you are human. And Rasulullah that he said that also, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لَأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. Rasulullah came here to complete our morals. لَأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاق, to complete the morals. So Al-Quran and Islam taking care about the animals, even not the human, even animals also, Islam taking care about it. As we know that there is one woman that who enter hell because of the cat, she harmed the cat. And also one man that who enter paradise, enter Jannah because of dog. So we should be kind to the others. We should be good. Whether it's our neighbor is Muslim, is not Muslim, the most important, do the right thing, do the good things to him. Ask about him, especially in these pandemic times. Ask about him. Sometimes there's some people who really need help. Some people, when you ask about them, they feel very happy. Ask about them. You only need to ask. And as we know that now we have many solutions to communicate with people. You don't need to go to their house. You don't need to go there to their houses. You only need to send a message in the WhatsApp or in the Facebook to them to ask about them. You only need to call them. How are you today? How are your conditions? I hope all your family, they are good. This is just a short message, but it is valuable. It has a deepest meaning. Rasulullah said that in Hadith Abi Musa al-Ash'ari, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الأشعريين إذا قزوا أو قل طعامهم جمعوا كل قوتهم في ثوب ثم تقاسموا. Subhanallah. This hadith is talking about one tribe. This tribe is living in Yemen. This tribe is called Al-Ash'ariyin. Al-Ash'ariyin, the people who living at that time in Yemen, in the land of Yemen, in the period of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Those Ash'ariyin, they has a good behavior and they has a good morals. If these morals and this behavior have been implemented here now, we will not gonna face any kind of economic crisis in the world. This is a solution. What the Al-Ash'ariyin did, this tribe, what they did. Al-Ash'ariyin, when they feel hunger, there is no food, or they feel crisis. It's the same like we facing COVID-19 pandemic. The Ash'ariyin will bring all the food in the houses, all the food. Every person who has food, he will bring it. Abu Jahid will bring his food, and also bro Ganjar will bring his food. I bring my food, whether it's a lot, whether it's small, a little, we bring it together and then we divide it. We give every poor person, we give every person there who bring or not. So look to the Al-Ash'ariyin, this tribe, what they did. They bring all the food in their houses. The rich and poor people also, they bring their food. There is no differences. What you have, just bring it. And then they collect all the food. They put it in the container. And then after that, they divide it between among them. They divided among them. Every person will take his part. There's no differences. Whether you are poor, whether you are the son of the king, you are the person that who's come from the high education, the person that's who had the person of the son of president, the person of the son of Kapala Suku, head of the tribe. There's no differences. We all together, we are all human beings. If all tribe, if every human did what Al-Ash'ariyin did, we will not going to face any economic crisis. But the communism, yeah, the communism theories and also the communism perspective, they talking about also these issues. We collect all the food and then we divide it. There's no classes. There's no poor, there's no rich. So there's no classes, yeah, in the society. So this is a solution. It's coming from Islam. We just misreading about the Islam. We misreading about the history. The Islam gives us all the solution for the crisis. We only need to read about it. What Al-Ash'ariyin did is a solution. You bring all the food in their houses. I living here in Tamantirto in Jogja. I take my food and also Pa RT take his food and also Pa Erwe take his food, bring it here, and also Bu Siapa, all we collect the food and then we divide it. This is a solution. This has been done by Al-Ash'ariyin. Until Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Al-Ash'ariyin minni wa ana minhum. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that I am part from Al-Ash'ariyin and they are part from me. I'm among them. I belong to them. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam feel proud from their attitude. And this directly brings us to the other hadith. And this hadith also, it's one of the asbab nuzul for one ayat. Hadith Abu Talha radiyallahu anhu wa ardahu, one of sahabat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Talha. One day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting in majlis. And suddenly there come person from Ansar. There's two person. And in the other hadith they say that is one person in Sahih al-Imam al-Bukhari. The person come to Rasulullah said, I am your guest, Rasulullah. I am your guest today. Saya tamu anda ya Rasulullah hari ini. Saya tamu anda ya Rasulullah. Today I am your guest. Rasulullah sallam, because he know that he has a guest, what the thing that he has to take care about it, the most important thing, that's the food. He must make sure that he has a food to give it to his guest, because he needs food, as he know that he's a guest. Rasulullah sallam directly sent one sahabat, order him to go to ask his wives whether he has a food in his house or not. And that Sahaba directly went to first wife. He asked her, Rasulullah asked whether you have food in your house or not. She said, وَالَّذِي بَعَثَكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَاللَّهِ يَا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ لَا نَمْلُكُ سِوَى مَاءٍ. Subhanallah. She said that's with the Almighty, that's who bring you with the righteousness. We only have water. She said that we only have water. And then after that, Sahabi went to the other wife, the second wife. She said the same sentences. We only have water. And then after that, he went to the other wives. She said, we only have water. Until he went to all Rasulullah wives. And all of them, they said that we only have water.
Pardon,
What
Mr. Hussein.
Rasulullah can do.
5
Okay.
minutes left. Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Yeah.
After that, Rasulullah said, what I gonna do? When Rasulullah asked Sahabat who's sitting with him, who will take my guest for today? After that, Abu Talha said, I will take him, Rasulullah. Abu Talha take the guest of Rasulullah to his house, and he asked his wife whether he has food or not in his house. His wife said that we have food, but only for our kids and only for one night. Subhanallah. What the solution? He called his wife, he entered the room, and then he said to his wife, when the guests come to our house, please bring our kids behind the house, make them playing there. And when you prepare food, please switch off the lamp or the light. After that, when we are sitting, we are eating, you have to act like you are eating, but do not eat until our guests feel full. And he did it. He bring the guest into his house and he sit with the guest and he switch off the lamp and he's eating, but he's not eating, he's acting like he's eating with the guest because the food is not enough for 3 persons. He act like he's eating until the guests feel full. After that, they went back to Rasulullah. When Rasulullah see them, Rasulullah said, what the wonder thing that you did last night? Allah said that. What the wonder thing that you did last night? Allah know what Abu Talha did in his house. He divides his kids, he give his kids food to his guests. Imagine. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring ayat or give the ayat وَيُؤْسِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. This ayat is come for Abu Talha because from the attitude that he did. وَيُؤْسِرُونَ. If you translate the word يُؤْسِرُونَ in English, you will not find the meaning. You can only find the meaning that is meaning that's preferred. But actually the deepest meaning of يُؤْسِرُونَ, it's far than that. وَيُؤْسِرُونَ. I give you other example. When Rasulullah shift from Mecca to Medina, and after that Ansar receive him with the hadith, with the nasheed, yeah? طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله دع. After they receive Rasulullah there, this was a crisis, there was a problem because the people who shift with Rasulullah from Mecca to Medina, they doesn't have houses. What the solution? Where they gonna live? Where they gonna sleep? After that, Ansar received them. They received them. They said that every person, even Rasulullah said to them that ta'akhu akhawayni akhawayni, keep brotherhood, two brothers. And there's one hadith that the example of that, it's the last example, yeah. Abdurrahman ibn Auf wa Sa'ad ibn Rabi'. And Rasulullah they say that in the Sahih al-Bukhari. When they shift from Mecca to Medina, Abdurrahman ibn Auf wa Sa'ad ibn Rabi', they make a brotherhood. After that, Sa'ad ibn Rabi' said to Abdurrahman ibn Auf, I have many money and also I have many houses and also I have many wives. I divide all my wealth with you. I give you the part of my money. I give you the part of my houses. And also I will divorce one of my wives to you. After she complete iddah, you can marry her. Imagine. Person can divide his wives. He divorced his wife to Abdurrahman ibn Auf, and after she complete iddah, he let Abdurrahman ibn Auf to marry her. Who will do that if in these times? Who will do that? No, no person can do that. This is happened from Sahabat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَيُؤْسِرُونَ وَلَوْ كَانَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ خِصَاصًا. This is the word وَيُؤْسِرُونَ. You give the valuable and also the rich thing that you have it. The most valuable thing that you have it, you give to other person. What the most valuable things? You divide, you divorce your wife, you give your houses, you give your money. This is what comes from Sahabat Rasulullah. We have two kind of takaful. We have two kind of solidarity, the spiritual solidarity, and also we have the material solidarity. So please, guys, my message to you, because the time is not enough, my message to you, please keep the brotherhood. Ask about your neighbor. Make sure that they sleep with the food. They are good in good conditions. Because now we don't need just material support. We need psychological support. We have to ask our brothers. We have to ask about them. When you ask about me, you give me motivations. This is the psychological part. This is the spiritual part, which is coming from dini. And the material one, it's come from dunya. The material, which is secular one. And we have to keep both of them. We have to ask about our neighbors. We have to give them some materials, the thing that we have it. Even you have 2,000 rupiah, give it to other people who need it. And we know that the value of sadaqah. Rasulullah said that إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث صدقة جارية وابن صالح يدعو له وعمل ينتفع به. When you die, everything will be cut except three. The sadaqah that is continuously, sadaqah that you did it, sadaqatun jariyah, the continuous sadaqah, and ilmun yantafa' bihi, the beneficial knowledge that you left, and the ibnun salihun yad'u lahu, and the salih son that you left. When your son is salih, he will pray for you, he will do dua for you. So what the thing that we're gonna get after we die? Only this. We still have time to do many things that's good in our society. We have to help poor people. And the most important that you have to check your neighbor. Because Rasulullah said that, ما زال جبريل يوصيني بالجار حتى ظننت أنه سيورثه. Rasulullah said that. Jibril every time remind me about the neighbor. Every time Rasulullah remind me about, every time Jibril remind me, Jibril alayhi salam remind me about the neighbors. Until I feel that he gonna make him from Ahlul Waris. He gonna be part from my family. When I die, he get waris, he get legacy. So this is the meaning and the deepest meaning, and also the rights of our neighbors, and also the deepest meaning about the solidarity and brotherhood. We have to keep our communications. We have to keep our help each other's. We have to keep our supports, the psychological support, the material supports. It should be continuously. That's the most important thing that we have to do in our society. May Allah protect us. May Allah give us good health in this Ramadan. And also may Allah bring us with مع الصحابة والصديقين والشهداء وحسن أولئك رفيقا في جنة الفردوس. May Allah protect all of us in Indonesia and other worlds. May Allah protect our Muslim, our brothers, our sisters in other countries who is still facing this COVID-19 pandemic and they doesn't have enough money to come back to their country. And also, as we know that the airport is closing, may Allah help them. May Allah protect them from this pandemic, and also may Allah give us a lot of wealth to make a sadaqah, and also to keep our communication with our brothers and also our sisters in Islam. That's all. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm so sorry if there's any mistakes.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Masya Allah, Mr. Hussein Gibril already explains the beautiful of brotherhood and solidarity in Islam, the meaning of the brotherhood and solidarity that we are Muslim, we are brother as the Muslim in iman and taqwa. And one thing that I remember about the story of Mr. Hussein about Ibu Kos. Also, mostly student in Yogyakarta, mostly they far away from the parents. So yeah, it's remind me, the stories remind me when the society near of Yogyakarta, the society of Muslim, and also the friends of my university, they help each other. And yeah, that's one of the beautiful of Islam. Thank you very much for Mr. Hussein Gibril Musa that's already explains, yes, the beautiful of the sentence. And we will directly continue in the second speaker. And in the last this webinar will there will be a question and answer, maybe short question and answer, but we will directly to in speaker second speaker, Mr. Abu Jahid. Mr. Abu Jahid will deliver the topic about the beauty of last 10 days of Ramadan. And this is very important because this period entering period of last day in Ramadan, and the time is 30 minutes, Mr. Abu Jahid, because we have limited time. So maybe you can begin. Time is yours, Mr. Abu Jahid, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Qala Allah Ta'ala fi qalamihil majid wa furqanihil hamid. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul Qadri khairum min alfi shahr. Tanazzalul malaikati war-ruh fiha biizni rabbihim min kulli amr. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Sadaqallahul Azim. In the name of Almighty Allah, I would like to start the scheduled discussion, the beauty of Islam in the last 10 days of Ramadan. I would like to thank to the Almighty Allah who has kept us well in this pandemic situation. And also we are continuing our Siyam we are trying to obey the regulation by the Almighty's support and help and mercy and blessings. So everyone, we should say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And I would like to thank the authority, especially the International Program of Economics and Business, to arrange like this discussion in the month of Ramadan. We are mostly passing the Ramadan days, and we are entered in the 10 days, and mostly we have passed. Just I will try to summarize and try to say the checklist of the Ramadan, we should perform. Have we performed or not, or we are performing or not? Just I would like to draw the checklist. Inshallah, if Allah give me the tawfiq. First of all, Ramadan is the month of training, which is given by the Almighty Allah Allah has drawn a full surah in this month, for this month of Ramadan, especially for a special night, which is said Al-Qadr. And already I recited the surah, which is down in the time of Makki. And Allah said here that about this night, why the night, the powerful night. Why do you know about the powerful night? And then Allah said, I have first, in the first ayah, Allah said that Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. Of course, indeed, we sent the Quran down in the night of Al-Qadr. That means the night of power. I have down the Quran. And then Allah asked in the next ayah, Wama adraka ma laylatul qadr. And do you know the night of power? What is the night of power? The Qadr? Then Allah explained, Laylatul Qadri khayrum min alfi shahr. That night of power is better than 1,000 months. The better than the 1,000 months. Which, if we worship to Allah in that night, better than worshiping Him 1,000 months. That is 83 years, equal to 83 years, 4 months. If we worship in that night, if you get this night, then if we perform salah, it will be multiplying 83 years, 4 months. So this is the mu'jiza for that night. And the night has come to the Ramadan, and it has said to Rasul Sallallahu said that these days come in the last part, the last 10 days in Ramadan. And so that we have to say the night when the Quran has down to the world. So it is very honorable night. By the honor of the Quran, Allah has multiplied the result of worshipping to Allah in 83 years, 4 months multiplying. So we already passing these days and we are finishing this time. So Allah's statement, we have to understand why Allah want to give the reward to the mu'min. That's the question. And then Allah said that in that night, the angels and the Ruh, Jibril, comes to the wall, to the down with the permission of Allah, with all decrees. That means the angels and the Jibril, that means the head of the angels, come down with the permission to give the reward to the mu'min, and want to they have got the power to get the forgiveness, to give the reward, to give the good things, to get the reward to the world and the hereafter. Because Allah has said how to pray to the Allah. Allah said, Rabbana, Allah said to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, pray in this way. Why? How I taught him. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina azaban. Allah said, say to me, Ya Allah, give reward to this dunya and also to the next and hereafter. This is in the akhirah. Wakina azaban nar. That means keep safe from the azab of the nar. That means from the fire, please save us. Allah said in this way that we can get reward in this world and also hereafter, after the day, in this way. So Allah has down the Quran for a state path for the people, not only the Muslim. The Quran is for the whole human being. And it has down at the night of the Al-Qadr, that is the powerful night. So this night is at the 10 days, last 10 days of Ramadan. So it is honorable. Suppose if I give you the example that if the Prime Minister come to our university, then we arrange all things, our administration, our academic issues, our sportium, our areas, all areas we nicely beautify. We arrange, and even the security we make very carefully, and we want to give most honor to the Prime Minister, to the president from the university. Why? Because he is the supreme person of this country. So all our arrangement according to the for the president of this country. We want to honor from all sides, from the security, from the administration, from the students, from all sides. We want to honor him because he is our president. Like this, Allah has given the honor to the Quran and wanted to emphasize the honor of Quran, that this has down to the world in that night, so the night is more honorable, more powerful. And why Ramadan is also honorable? Why the Ramadan is most important for the mu'min, for the Muslims to celebrate, to perform the ibadah? Because in the month of Ramadan, Quran has down, Quran has nazzal. And the night of Ramadan has come. Actually, when we arrange, someone want to VIP want to come somewhere, and our arrangement started from very beginning of the month or before 1 week ago, which starts like this. Allah has given the Ramadan for the training, for the forgiveness to the people. By the training, the people will be rectified and get rewarded and sent to the Jannah. Allah wants to send us to the Jannah, not to the Jahannam. Just Allah said the path. If you follow the path, inshallah, we will be in Jannah. Allah said, if you keep fasting in the Ramadan, I will give you the reward directly to the Siyam, to the person who keep fasting. And the people, the Muslim who will keep fasting, he or she will send to the Jannah by the name of the door is Rayyan. The Rayyan is the door by whom the fasting people will go directly to the Jannah, Allah said. So if we keep fasting according to the regulation of Islam, and if we perform our salah according to the regulation, and if you say forgiveness to the Almighty Allah, and if we do all things, especially from the IPF arrangement, I would like to thank the authority, the economy, that in Islamic economics, in context of conventional economics, Allah has given the nice way to perform the financial factors, financial issues according to the Quranic and Hadith regulations, so that we can get reward, we can be safe from the riba, that means which is said interest. So if we do not practice riba, of course Allah will give us riba reward in this world, and of course in the hereafter, inshallah. So I was talking about the Laylatul Qadr. That is the main focusing point. The Laylatul Qadr night, the powerful night, is very important. It is said. So if we find the night, then we have to ask forgiveness to the Almighty Allah. And the night is already going on. and the Ramadan month is finishing, and we are in the very last of this month. So we have to check that we have did this work or not. First of all, if we find the Ramadan, then we have to study the Quran, which is said, what Allah said, what is regulated. So if we can read this, then we can get reward, and also we can perform our life according to the regulation of Islam. And we have to say recite salamat, that is Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to say la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. We have to say again and again. We have to declare our Allah is only single, and our Rasul is the last messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then we have to practice the tahajjud, that means the night prayer. We have to say regularly, though it is not mandatory, but we should practice the tahajjud, because tahajjud prayer is that prayer which keep us very close to the Almighty directly, because in that time all people sleep, all things are very calm and quiet, and consciousness go directly to the connection of the Almighty Allah. And we have to practice, because this is the month for training, for practicing. By this practicing, we can continue the remaining 11 months coming next the Ramadan. We can practice regularly, and we can be very close to the Almighty Allah. And also we have to give the charity and forgiveness. Already Brother Hussein Jibril has discussed very elaborately about the charity and forgiveness. So I don't like to go to thoroughly to this. I don't like to discuss broadly about this issue. Just I would like to keep the point that we have to give the charity to the poor people, and we have to get the forgiveness to the Almighty Allah, and we have to give the sadaqah jariyah. We know after our death, every amal will be closed, rather than three things. One is the sadaqah jariyah, which will bring us sawab, and which may be maybe the issue to get reward to the Almighty Allah and the hereafter. And also we have to pay the zakah. Zakah is the portion from the, according to the regulation of Quran and Hadith, that we have to give a portion to the poor from our property, from our asset, from our cash. And we have to ask forgiveness each other. If to my brothers, to my sisters, to my relatives, we have to ask forgiveness each other. Please forgive me if I make any mistake. Human may make any mistake anytime. Human has the behavior to make a mistake. So we have to ask forgiveness to each other, and of course to the Almighty Allah. We have to ask forgiveness. Ya Allah, give us reward. Ya Allah, forgive us for the mistakes, and we want to rectify ourselves in this way. And then we have to give the Zakatul Fitr, that means the fitra for the Saum. Allah has said to give the one sa, that means an amount we have to give the food, let's say in Arabic one sa, to the poor people after seeing the new moon of the Idul Fitri till to the prayer of Idul Fitri. So in this moment we have to pay to the poor people to share the joys. We have to give the foods. We have to give the new clothes to be happy with poor and rich. And in that day, every Muslims are equal, no rich, no poor. Everyone wants to be happy for saying the Idul Fitri prayer. Though in this pandemic situation, we don't know how we can perform it. We have to ask more for we have to ask forgiveness to the Almighty Allah for removing this situation. forgive us this pandemic situation. Most of the peoples of the world are in danger. The Muslims cannot say the prayer to the mosque, and also we cannot go outside. We are in lockdown, so we are in one of the punishment. So we have to say forgiveness, because Allahu Rahmanur Rahim. Allah can forgive us in every situation. And also finally, we have to see if someone of us cannot keep fasting. That means for the disease, or for traveling anywhere, we have to give fidya. Fidya is the amount we have to pay for not keeping the fasting. So the checklist, just I try to briefly discuss that we have performed or not, just to keep the point. And I would like to say to the Almighty Allah, Ya Allah, please forgive us in this pandemic situation, in this inverse situation of the Muslims, especially the people who cannot get the food. We are getting the food from we are Muhammadi student, and we are getting the food, we are getting the money, supporting supporting from the authority. So we are happy, we are very easy to keep fasting. Those people who has not get any food, any money, they have not nothing. They don't, even they don't have the living place well. So please, Ya Allah, forgive us, give, help them, extend your hand to them, those who are not getting support from the people who are in human life. So according to Hussein Jibril's statement, that we should be more human, we should be more humble, we should forgive each other, we should be more brotherhood. Who is human? Is he Muslim or non-Muslim, Mu'min or non-Mu'min? But we have to help we have to extend our hands. This is the beauty of Islam. This is the training of Siam. This is the training of Ramadan, that we have to forgive each other, we have to help each other, and we have to be according to the path of Almighty Allah, according to the Quran, according to the Hadith, so that we can get the taste of Islam. And inshallah, finally, we will be sent to the Jannah. Inshallah, I would like to thank everyone to listen this program. And if I make any mistake, first I would like to I like to forgive. I ask forgiveness to the Almighty Allah, and also I would like to sorry to you that if I have any mistake in my speaking, because I am not any specialist for speaking this issue, because the Islamic issue are very deep, and ulama can speak clearly about this issue. Just I have tried to discuss the checklist of last 10 days, and if we perform this, inshallah, we will be rewarded in dunya and akhirah. So, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Insya Allah, Mr. Abu Jahid will get the Lailatul Qadr in this period. And also, thank you very much for Mr. Abu Jahid. So maybe we will directly enter to Q&A, question and answer, about these two topics. The first one, speaker from Mr. Hussein, about the brotherhood and solidarity. So actually, we have some question, because we also open a question box in Instagram, but because our time quite limited, so we just choose one question from the participant, and here there is a question from Pak Dimas to Mr. Hussein. Okay, this I will read the question for Mr. Hussein. How to unify Muslim Ummah around the world who are now having so many conflicts, such as war and different opinions in viewing terrorism?
Sorry, can you read it again?
Yeah, the question is in the Zoom group chat, but I will read. How to unify Muslim Ummah around the world who are now having so many conflict, such as war, in different opinions in viewing terrorism. So the opinion of so many conflict war in the Muslim countries, something like that.
Okay. Muslim Ummah in the world. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Dimas, for the questions. I'm gonna share my view about this question because it's such a deepest question, yeah, about the differences, yeah. Actually, in Islam, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in Quran, من قتل نفس بغير حق كأنما قتل الناس جميعا. If any human that's kill one person, like you kill all the humanity. This is because we're talking about terrorism, yeah? Terrorism, yeah. We are the Muslims. In Islam, it's not allowed for us to kill other peoples. Especially, there's many people that, as we see that what's happening in Iraq, Muslim kill each others. And that's not from Islam, yeah. Because Islam mentioned that clearly that if two brothers from Islam that kill each other, both of them, they will go to the hell. Those of them, they will go to Nar, yeah? So we are the Muslims. The most important that we are not going to focus about the differences, about the different perspective, different view about the issues of how to be unit. The most important that take the positive side. We don't need to focus about the war. We don't need to focus about the terrorism, because terrorism has been clearly declared that in Islam, it's not allowed. And also it is the wrong way. And all this issue, it's lobby from America. We all know that. It's from USA, yeah? This issue. If you see that what's happened in Iraq, because I'm close to this area and also I read about this area, if we take the example of what they call it, Daesh, I see what they call it in Indonesia, ICIS, yeah? Daesh, yeah? If we call Daesh, if we see Daesh, that al-Baghdadi, he's the person that has been supported from the USA from the first time. And also he said that he's a Muslim. We know that he's Muslim, but his brain has been what? His brain is not Muslim brain. What's happening to him that we call it that the way how to change people perspective, the way how to change people principles, and also the people opinions. So the al-Baghdadi, he come to Iraq and he get many followers to fight Muslims. This is not allowed in Islam, actually. And this issue, it's created by USA. And it's very clear for some Muslims that they know it, that all the terrorisms and all the radicals movements, it has been supported by USA and sometimes by Jewish from Israel. We are the Muslim. We are the Muslim. We have many ways and many positive ways that we have to keep it in Islam. And there's many kind of jihad. There's many types of jihad. Jihadun nafs is the most high jihad. You know, the most high jihad that is, we call it jihadun nafs. This is one of the greatest jihad. To keep yourself from the sins. You are not going to do zina. You are not going to steal other people's property. You are not going to kill other people. You are not going to see ma'siyat. You are not going to see the other thing that's not allowed in Islam. You are not going to drink alcohol. All this we call it jihadun nafs, how to guide yourself to the right way. If we win this jihad, inshallah, if we win this jihad and also we implement it in our behavior and in our attitudes, inshallah, Islam will cover all the world. All the people in this world, they gonna be a Muslims. I cannot say that 100%, but most of them, they going to convert to Islam. Why? Because now, if we see the Western community, they see Muslim. We are the Muslim now, we are lying. If Muslim say to you that I will come to you at 9, if you have any debts, tomorrow we will meet at 9, he will come at 10. Maybe sometimes he come at 11. So this is lying. You are lying. You say you will come at 9, you come at 10. So we are a Muslim. We are not keeping the positive side that's come from Islam. We are not reflected in our behavior and on our attitudes. So why that the other people, the most high corruptions countries in the world, Muslim countries, the most high corruptions countries, the high corruption is in Islamic countries. If we implement the Islam as Islam come, and also we take the positive side, we are the Muslim, we can make unity, and also we can see the positive side that's in Islam that we can implement, and also we can reflect in our behavior. So the other people can see us as the example, so they will convert to Islam. This topic actually, it's so deep, and also if we continue to discuss about it, maybe it take time. Yeah, I just give a little view about it from my opinion. Yeah. I hope this is fulfill the answer. Thank you so much, Dr. Dimas, and I hope this answer will satisfy you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Hussein.
Thank you very much, Brother Musa.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Pak Dimas. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we'll continue in the second question to Mr. Abu Jahid about the Lailatul Qadar. Actually, I have a question about this topic. In this pandemic, usually me and also my friend and most Muslim in Indonesia has activity in the mosque, and yes, like iktikaf, reciting Quran in the mosque, and also zikir. But in this pandemic, we did a prayer in the home, and my question is, if we did a prayer in the home, is it the value is it same with when we did a prayer in the mosque? And then the second one, maybe the question from Dr. Dimas, what are the signs for someone who has got Lailatul Qadar? Okay, Jazid. Okay, Mr. Abu, please.
Thank you very much, Ganjar, for the nice question. And also, I'd like to thank you for Dimas for the second question. Okay. In the first question, that if we say our prayer in our home instead of the mosque, the value will be equivalent or not. Issue is that in this pandemic situation, we are not allowed to perform our salah together because it is the disease is transferable. If we keep together, if we stay together, then it may be danger for us. There is a hadith from Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Once upon a time, one day at night, there was a heavy raining, and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to the Sahaba that perform your salah to your home, because it is not easy to come to the mosque because of raining. That time, the Sahaba say their prayer to their home. By this hadith, we can understand that if we have any problem in special causes, we can say our prayer to our home, and that it is allowed by the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, especially in this pandemic situation, from the ulama of the Middle East, from the Saudi Arabia, and also all over the world, the ulama is agreed that if we say our salah to the home instead of the mosque, the value will be, inshallah, the Almighty equal. Where we say our salah to the mosque. So hopefully, inshallah, we will be rewarded. We will get the benefit, same as we perform the salah in the mosque. The first answer. And second one, from Padimas, that how we can understand that the Laylatul Qadr is that is today is the night, tonight is the Laylatul Qadr. That's the symptom of Laylatul Qadr. Is it the question?
The sign that we got the Lailatul Qadr.
Yeah. The signs. Actually, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught that when the Laylatul Qadr, but unfortunately, from the talk of outside the Sahaba, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was forgotten. Actually, Allah has forgotten from the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's mind that when the specific night of the Laylatul Qadr. But Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you find the Laylatul Qadr in the even nights of last 10 days of Ramadan. And we can have the Laylatul Qadr, we can see some symptoms, we can signs. Number one, if we pray in that night, you will feel taste. You will feel more taste than other nights. This is the first sign. And second sign, the night will be not so dark. The night will be enlightened. The night will be enlightened, and we can feel that the weather will be not more hot, not more cold, and we feel comfortable. We feel more comfortable by the weather, and it may be a little rain at the night. That symptoms are stated that if you see like this, then you can think that this is the Laylatul Qadr. And also, Aisha radhiyallahu anhu asked to the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, if we find the Laylatul Qadr, what we will do, what will you say? That time, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you get the night of Laylatul Qadr, then you will say, Allahumma innaka afubbun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. If you will say the dua again and again, Allahumma innaka afubbun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. That means, Wallah, you are pardoning and generous. You love to forgive, so forgive me. This is hadith has come from Sunan and At-Tirmidhi. So if we can say again and again this dua, that is for the forgiveness. Rasul taught us in this way that Allahumma innaka afubbun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni afwa fa'fu anna. So if we get this night, inshallah, we will recite again and again this dua. And hopefully this night was the last night, even night in this Ramadan. I expect and hope that we again will get this night, the Ramadan, in the next year, and we will alive with healthy and with the favorable environment. That's all I think, and I thank you, Padimas, for asking like this question, very related question. And I would like to, I forget to say the last ayah of Surah Qadr, that is said, the Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Allah said salam, that means peace. It is still the break of the morning. Peace comes at the Laylatul Qadr. From sunset to the morning, it comes. The salam. So this is very valuable night Allah declared. So we will find the night every time that in our life, when we get the Ramadan, we will say we perform our salah, we will perform the other ibadah for getting benefited. So thank you very much, I think. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this session.
Thank you very much, Brother
Thank
Abu.
you. Thank you very much, Mr. Abu Jahid. Inshallah, we have time until the last Ramadan. Thank you very much for the speakers, Mr. Hussein, and also Mr. Abu Jahid. That yes, I can conclude that the brotherhood and solidarity in Muslim is very important. As a Muslim, we have a good solidarity because of iman and taqwa. So yes, uh, as the Muslim, we have to help each other and in brotherhood and in solidarity. That's very important. And also, as the Muslim, we have to try to get Lailatul Qadr. We still have time in this period, and we hope in this Ramadan we got the Lailatul Qadr, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Maybe this webinar or this section will close soon. So thank you very much for the speaker and also Mr. Dimas, and the participant will attend in this webinar. And yeah, this webinar can rewatch in the YouTube, so everyone can watch. Okay. Before we close, let's say Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, and doa kafaratul majelis. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha
لا إله
illa anta
إلا أنت
astaghfiruka wa atubu
وأتوب
ilaik.
إليك.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله جزاك الله خير كثير.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.